Hi, I'm Monica. Welcome back to our wilderness-inspired yoga poses. Today we are going to be doing a sequence of wilderness warriors. I love this name because I do believe that all our staff and our guests are warriors of the wilderness, warriors of the earth. So we're heroes of the wilderness and the planet. Now in yoga there are three traditional yoga warrior poses. There's warrior 1, warrior 2 and warrior 3. Or translated into Sanskrit, it's Virabhadrasana 1, 2 and 3. There's also two other warrior poses that we often incorporate in yoga, and that is the humble warrior and reverse warrior. Now I'm going to do a little sequence of warrior poses. It is very energizing, very powerful, like a warrior should be. And the wonderful thing about warrior poses is that actually build power and strength and mobility and flexibility and balance. So please bear with me, and if you need to come down and take a breath, come into your child's pose or your earth child as we call it. But we are going to begin in earth child or child's pose. So come towards the back of the mat. Rather than starting in a wide-seated child's pose, we're going to start with our knees together, our heels together, or our toes touching, and we're literally going to surrender to Mother Earth. And we're going to bring our fingertips as far forward as possible. And we're just going to take a nice deep inhale and a nice deep exhale. Take another deep breath in. And on an exhale, untuck your toes and come up into your downward wild dog. So really press your fingers into the mat. And remember what the downward wild dog is about. It's about straightening and lengthening your spine. It's about drawing your sacrum towards the sky. And then we're going to move and step our right foot in between our hands. Keeping the back foot where it is, we're literally going to ground the back foot. And we're going to come all the way up. We're going to reach our arms all the way up. Now I want you to make sure the alignment of your feet, I want your right foot to be moving towards the outside of the mat, or slightly outside. And just bring your feet so that they are hip distance apart. And the reason why we do this is actually a closed hip pose. So we want to try and close off our pose. We want to try and make sure that both our hips are facing towards the front. So you actually want to bring your left hip forward and your right hip back. We want to reach our arms all the way up. We want to make sure that our right knee is directly over our right ankle. We don't want it to go any further forward. We don't want it to go any further back. And we really want to straighten and lengthen that back foot. We almost want to feel that left baby toe pressing into the mat or into the floor. And we're reaching all the way up. And we're lengthening our spine, so lengthening the crown of the head towards the sky, fingertips towards the sky. And if you can deepen your stance, do so. And then we're going to reach our hands behind us, interlace all our fingers, and come down into a humble warrior. So at this point, you literally bring your chest all the way down, and you bring it to the inside of your right knee. Even your shoulder should be to the inside of your right knee. You want your right knee to be almost pressing into the shoulder as you relax your head down and you move your fingers all the way towards the sky. Taking a nice deep breath in here, we're going to lift up again into the torso, and I want you to put your hands onto your hips. Shorten your stance, so step up slightly at the back. And literally pendulum your left foot all the way up. Come to straighten through that right foot. That right foot is pointing forward. And I want that back leg to be extended all the way back as far as possible. I want you to bring the awareness to your hips. See if you can drop that left hip down. Again, this is a closed hip pose. We really want to make sure that both our hips are facing down towards the ground. And if you have the space and can do it, you can reach your fingers all the way forward. So you should feel a beautiful long extension all the way from your heel, which should be pointing towards the back, right through to your fingertips. It's a very strengthening pose. You want a beautiful long line from your heel to your fingertips through the crown of your head. And then I want you to slowly come to bend through that front foot and bring your left foot all the way down. This time, I want you to place that left foot directly behind the right foot. So you want your right heel to be in line with the inner arch of the back foot. And this is the alignment for your warrior two. So you want to open your arms all the way out. Warrior two is an open hip pose. So this time, instead of facing forward, you want to face towards the left-hand side. And you really want, again, to feel an extension of that back leg. You want that back leg to be long and straight. You want to feel the little baby toe on your left foot pressing into the ground. Again, your right knee should be directly over the right ankle. And you almost want to see if you can widen your stance. So really begin to sink into it. Lifting up through the chest. I want you to soften your shoulders down, but keep the arms extended in front of you. And I really want you to feel the right knee drawing towards the right-hand side, so drawing towards the baby toe side. I'm just exaggerating the movement here. You should be able to see me. And then we're going to reverse our warrior. So we're going to place our left hand onto our left leg, and we're going to slide our hand all the way down. And we're going to reach our right arm over our ear, alongside our ear. Keep bending through that front foot, opening up the chest towards the left-hand side. And if you want, you can even reach your gaze up towards your fingertips. And then we're going to sweep the hands all the way down, back onto the ground. Come back into your downward facing dog. And just relax here for a moment. Now, as we practiced yesterday, you may want to go through a Vinyasa Flow. So you roll forward into a plank, and then you can either use your knees and come all the way down and come up into baby cobra, or if you know it, you can chaturanga and come up into your upward facing dog, and then press back into your downward wild dog. And then to make sure that we're balanced, we're going to do the entire sequence on the other side. So left foot move forward between the hands. We're going to reach our arms all the way up. We're going to ground our back foot, making sure that our feet are hip distance apart so that we can draw the right hip forward and try and really feel a squaring off of the hips towards the front of the room, if you have a room, if you're in a room. And you're reaching your fingers all the way up, really bending through that front foot, making sure that that front foot is not going beyond your ankle. Reaching all the way up, softening the shoulders, but lifting up through the chest. And then sweep your hands behind you, interlace your fingers at the back, and drop your torso all the way down. Bring your chest as far forward as you can, and just let it hang there. Bringing the left shoulder to the inside of the left knee, and almost feel the left knee pressing into the shoulder. And just relaxing here for a moment. I know it's not the most relaxing pose, but just really focus on your breath. Press that right baby toe into the ground, and then slowly lift all the way back up, bringing your hands onto your hips. Again, try and square off the hips. Bring your back foot a little bit closer. Begin to lift through that back foot and straighten through that left leg. Your left foot is pointing all the way forward. I want you to try and drop the right hip. Really engage and strengthen that back leg, the raised leg. The heel draws towards the back of the room or behind you. And if you can, you reach your arms all the way forward and really feel that extension in the spine. Feel that length all the way from the back heel towards your little baby fingers. And then slowly come to bend through that front knee. Plant the back foot all the way down. This time, making sure that you plant the foot directly behind the left foot. So your left heel should be in alignment with your inner arch of your right leg, foot. And then I want you to reach your arms open. Now, a lot of yogis believe you should look between look, gaze over your middle finger, which is fine. Otherwise, if that's putting strain into your neck, you can just look sideways. Now again, focus on that left knee. Make sure that left knee is drawing towards the left hand side. You really want to feel an opening in the hips here. And then place your back hand, place your right hand onto your right leg, slide it down and open into a reverse warrior, making sure that your left knee is bent, making sure your right back leg is long and straight. And then I want you to sweep your hands all the way back down, coming back into your downward facing dog. Taking a moment here just to catch your breath. And then you can widen your knees onto the mat, toes touching. Bring your hips onto your heels and just soften down. And just find a moment to catch your breath. And to really focus on surrendering to Mother Earth. And then slowly you can walk your hands all the way back up. Bring your hands to heart center. Namaste.